Hello, everybody. This is Coach Abby.
This is. I am.
I am Coach Abby.
She's not real. She's a robot.
This is Coach Logan.
Simulation. Hi.
And this is his stomach growl counter.
Trace.
Let's see how many times his stomach growls during this video.
Trace.
In addition to those 3 times.
All right, guys. So the myth we're trying to go through and boost today in this one is squatting is bad for your knees. It's not. It's good for your knees.
Mm-hmm.
The end.
And done. That's all.
That's what people want. That's the TLDR. TLDW?
Yeah, I guess so.
Too long to watch. Yeah. So, squatting is bad for your knees. I've heard many clients say that their practicing physicians don't like them to squat. Have you heard the same?
Yeah.
Word on the street?
Yeah. I mean, I know many clients who have heard from many different people, whether it's physicians, family, the internet, that squatting is only bad for your knees, or squatting to full depth is bad for your knees. So, I guess that would be probably the main. Knees over toes, squatting all the way down, squatting at all, hurt it all. Is bad for you.
Yes. So, some of that can be true for people. If you have like meniscus issues or other knee ailments, reconstructive knee surgery, stuff like that, there are modifications that you should be able to do. But squatting is still a fundamental movement of human life.
Yeah. We're talking about this as if we're talking about a person who's healthy, has never had any knee issues, things of that nature. Because there's obviously more nuance to it than it's always perfectly good for your knees, too.
Right.
But just for context, we're generally talking about people with healthy knees.
Yes. So, if you have, let's say you have a normal nutrition pattern and you consume lots of greens.
Oh, nutrition, sorry.
And you consume lots of greens and you're healthy, you're bound to eventually make yourself to the toilet and to utilize said toilet.
I see where you're going.
Yeah. So, unless you have one of these futuristic simulation style stand-up potties, you're going to eventually have to squat down and get to that position that makes you
you're going to have to go to the bathroom.
Makes you do the do. Yeah. So,
or if you're a female,
yeah,
you only ever, I mean, yeah.
Like we said, one of those magical stand-up potties.
Yep.
So,
anyway,
keeping that as a foundation for actually being a functional human being and being able to utilize the restroom, have a good bowel movement, sit in the depth of a squat, squatty potty has very much popularized what a good squat position would be. Raising your heels. If you don't know what a squatty potty is, it is, if you're sitting on a toilet, it gives you a little elevation in the heel that puts your stuff in a better place for doing what you gotta do.
Exiting.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that's been one instance where you actually have to use squatting as a functional aspect. If you have a couch, you sit on that couch. If you have a couch with no legs, you definitely have to sit down on the bottom of that couch. I have a couch with no legs. So,
getting in and out of your car?
Yes. Many instances. You want to play with your kids and you want to squat down on the floor. If you've ever seen a kid who's, probably in that 1 to 2, up to like probably up to 4, 5, 6, from that 1-year-old range where they have that perfect squat, it's amazing. They have everything perfect. The knees track over the toes. If you've ever seen examples on Instagram, Squat University is a great resource on Instagram.
We can link them below.
We can link them below. Yeah, link them below. Great resource there's breakdowns and diagrams of children, small humans squatting and how perfect they are just naturally, and then eventually over time with all the sitting and immobility and all those good things, bad things,
Mm-hmm.
You just lose the ability to do it. So now as it pertains to resistance training, so you have the ability to squat and you're able to do those things. Resistance training, squatting is a foundational movement. It gives you axial
Mm-hmm.
loading, lets your body know what it feels like to be under load, improves bone density for women
Mm-hmm.
and men, but more strictly for women. So always good things.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any specific point to that, but it was just,
That's all right.
these are just facts.
Yeah, positive benefits of resistance training and also specifically squatting. So, yeah, and I mean, doing resistance training or continuing to have that mobility through the knee and that joint also ties into your hips and your ankles, and maintaining healthy mobility and function of your hips and your ankles as well is really important.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to have good function in those joints to be able to squat in healthy ways. But you know, maintaining that range of motion throughout a lifespan just gives you so much more functionality throughout life, and it makes it easier to, you know, get up, do different exercises in the gym, all kinds of different stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just a healthy thing to be able to have. And there's really no, at least to my knowledge, no research or proven facts that squatting with the knees over the toes is bad, or that squatting to full depth is bad, assuming you're doing it with good technique and joint health to begin with.
Right.
Also, a great resource, Knees Over Toes guy. We can link him below too.
Yeah.
He has some great information and resources on how to gain range of motion by being able to have that mobility in your ankles, like basically the front of the shin,
Mm-hmm.
to allow your knees to go over your toes, and why that's important. There's so many. He has just a lot of great stuff around that. So.
Safely progressing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yep.
Cool. Yep. If you are injured and you do have pain in your knees, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of owe it to yourself to figure out what you need to do to be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep.
Get a coach, go to a good chiro, go get some rehab, whatever you need to.
Mm-hmm.
They can help you get to that.
Exactly.
Cool.
Squatting's good for us.
All right. Any other myths? Any other questions? Comments below.
Mm-hmm. All right. Bye, everybody.